Look at that nice visual. Alright. So, welcome to the Eyes of Ara. Or Ara? Never entirely sure. I feel like part of this genre is just to make a name that is at least slightly pronunciationally vague on some level. So, you may have noticed, so I found this game a while ago and I put it basically behind glass that said break in case of emergency. Because as you may have noticed in the puzzle slot, I like to experiment and take risks on certain games. Like, ooh, will this work for the puzzle slot? Will this work? And I played like stranger and stranger games at times, like recently small radios, big televisions, stuff like that, where I don't know for sure if it'll fit. Well, I got bit by that habit last night because I tried playing two different games and neither of them worked. One of them was just a puzzle game I didn't like at all, which is uncommon, and the other one was a game that I am convinced is not a puzzle game, despite the fact that puzzles are commonly in the description of the game and so on. So there's glass everywhere. Gonna have to watch where I step. But here's the Eyes of Ara, Araria. I thought this game was just going to be just like Abduction and Quern and the other, like, 3D wander around and solve puzzles games and stuff like that. I'm just seeing if there's anything I should do here. Let's maybe not change anything here. Yeah. So I thought this might be like those games, but then I was downloading it, and instead of having a file size in the gigabytes, it has a file size in the less than half a gigabyte. So I think this might be a pre-rendered background click-around game like the original Myst, which unexpected to see in modern context, but it's probably easier to get running than to because we've seen a lot of these puzzle games don't run so great in the first place. So this will be a throwback. I don't have a lot of experience with that kind of game necessarily, but recently we played all those Cube Escape games in Rusty Lake, so actually I'm a little used to that habit now, actually. I affirm nothing and content myself with believing that many more things are possible than one would think. Whoa, this is actually in 3D right now. That caught me by surprise. Can I look around? Can I look around? Oh, I dragged to look around. This is a 3D game. I did not see that coming, given the whole tiny file size part. Huh. There's even depth of field going on here a little bit. Interesting. I will be the first to admit that when I saw the castle come by and the title came in and the title was perfectly framed by the sky with high contrast against the castle, I'm like, this is the easiest thumbnail I've ever had to make. I bet that's going to be absolutely the thumbnail that I've used for the series. When you click, a tuft of dust comes out. A puff of dust, not a tuft. I thought that was the, at first I thought that was a problem with the engine, because it's the first thing I tried to click on. Okay, so this kind of perspective then. What do we have in here? Do we know the combination? Apparently we do. I've got keys. Do I want the pliers, the wrench, the pen? Oh, I have a photo. How do I look at the photo? Oh, I thought the mouse wheels were going to be how I look at the photo, but apparently not. From Jackson Sheehy? Interesting name there. In response to a technician required something job. I can't see past the prompts telling me how to play the game. Thanks again for taking this job. You wouldn't believe how difficult it's been to find a technician willing to take this on. Like I told you on the phone, the signal began broadcasting a few weeks back, and since then it's been disrupting everything within a 100-kilometer radius. TV, radio, even local Wi-Fi networks. And we need someone to go inside, find the source of the broadcast, and shut it down. The thing is, the castle is supposed to be abandoned, ever since the old nut who lived there went missing years ago. So I don't know what's broadcasting the signal, and none of my local contractors are willing to go in and find out. No doubt the locals will fill you in on some of the more unsettling rumors about the place. I'd say you shouldn't listen to old ghost stories like that, but then I've lived here long enough to have heard them all, and I can't say I'm willing to go in either. Well, good luck. Payment for the job will be made on your return. P.S. The sooner the signal is shut off, the better. If I have to listen to one more complaint from someone unable to log into Friendbook, stand-in name. You're allowed to say, so it says technician required for a remote job. That's what I was trying to say. You're allowed to say Facebook, aren't you? Or is there actually rules about that? I'm always curious about what's going on with people not using names like that. I can't look at this document on the right. As a kid, that always stood out to me that every show ever seemed to be terrified to use the real name for any property ever, but then South Park just uses the real name for everything, and I'm like, I don't understand what the difference is. It's fine, I'm not a lawyer. At this point, I'm more Let's Player than Geologist. Okay, so we warp from point to point, but it is... They are 3D environments we look around with the drag camera. That thing's interesting looking. Or maybe not. It kind of just looks like one of those containers that people put the plastic garbage bins in. Like, slide it in the top, but they have like the nice stone thing around it. In fact, that's probably exactly what it is, judging by this can. So while these look like interesting special ruins, this is probably just a public place, actually. It's an amusing demystification. Private property, no trespassing. Well, I got a key. Back gate. I just drag it? There we go. There we go, and just like that, without anyone telling me, I know how to do inventory management puzzles in this game. We're all set. This thing rotates? Oh, hey. That's a bit of a thing to... That's a bit of an escalation for the strangeness of this job. I'm already finding weird cogs to use probably to get in. Michael, your mission, should you choose to accept it, and not wuss out, is to spend a single night inside the old castle. Joel and Jeremy have done it, and now it's your turn to brave the wrath of the castle's spirits. Beware the faceless ghost of Baron Contington, who ate his rifle to chase the demons out of his head. If you hear a rasping cackle, it's probably just the disembodied laughter of Crazy Catherine and her ghostly minions. And if you see the ghost of Old Man Sterling, run away before he locks you away with the corpses of his niece and nephew. Have fun. See you in the morning. Alyssa. Made it to the door, but I can't get inside. I'm trying to sleep out here, but it's cold and damp, and I can hear noises from inside. Rats, probably. That doesn't make it any better. Oh, you can zoom. That's probably helpful. Last time they told me to use the mouse wheel, it made me... Oh, I can drag it a bit around? Interesting. Alright. That's the same note. They left... There's a pizza box out? People brought pizza here. Okay. I'm taking it you go here, along with the other half of you. Maybe I need to find both halves first. Like right here? Wow. That guy sucked. He was bad at this. That's how you combine items. You just drag them onto each other. Ooh, I can make that go away. Is that my settings? That is my settings. Resume. Ooh, collectibles. There's 5 coins and 1 photograph. Well, the photograph was easy. The coins sound like they'd be a huge pain. Because they're just tiny little coins. Oh, I can toggle it here. Interesting. Jeez, oh, hey. Look at you. This place is not empty. Alyssa can keep her money. I'm getting out of here. Okay, that's a little more concerning. That's a little bit more concerning. Why did he write that, though? That's the age-old question of environmental storytelling video games, though. Now we're inside. It took me like 2 minutes to figure it out. That guy sucked. Although he was eventually scared, so maybe I'm the stupid one here. Can I look in the drawer? Yes. Ooh. Okay. So far, they're easier to find than I thought. I'll admit that. MIA Generator Operator's Manual. Whoa! Oh, hey. Okay. There's a primary access hatch, primary power, a bunch of other names. Okay. Oh, down, down, up, down, up. That's probably what I need to know. But I'll see. I'll check elsewhere. I'll read more about it as we go if I need more information than that. But I won't bore you with listing every single name of every switch and whatnot until that becomes necessary. Is that you? Up, down, up, down? Or is it down, up? Heh. Of course I'd immediately be second guessing it. Oh well. It is down, up. There we go. I remember the sequence. I remember the pattern, but not the order. There we go. There we go. Down, up, down, up. Unless that was a different spot. But anyway, probably need to do something else first, too. Hi. I probably do that there and then press that button. What's over here, though? Something I can't look at. Okay, I can kind of see how this is half a gigabyte then, if the whole game is like a series of, like, singular room spots. That's interesting. Okay, so there's a cable going through there. A little dark in that direction. Does this door open? Does not, but there's a switch back there that I probably want. Oh, hi. Down, up, down, up. Which one do I need to have in that order? Good question. Ah. Probably needed like a fuse, right? I'm eventually gonna deal with enough electronics and engines and oh crap. Down, up, down, up. I'm gonna eventually deal with enough electronic style devices, so that's the only one that needed that. One of these days I'm gonna deal with enough motors, enough engines, and stuff like that on across all these different adventure games. I'm actually gonna finally learn how to use things like this. Because I don't actually know. I got so much crap for not knowing how the motor was supposed to work in Abduction. Because I'm useless. I just play video games and study rocks. Yep. There we go. Ah! I think I know where you go. Conspicuous looking shape. Let's see. Don't think we're doing anything else around here. Let's see. We'll just drag you in here. Whoa. Hi. Aren't you interesting? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Okay. So I need to make the top one go to the bottom, and the middle one go to the top, and the bottom one go to the middle, basically. Okay. So the current order makes the top one go to the top, so that's not going to work. This one makes the top one go to the middle. That one breaks one of them. This makes the top one go to the top. Okay, so we need to change something else then. This one makes the top one go to the middle. Top one goes to the top. I need to make this one go from the bottom to the top. If I want to make this one, there we go. So top one goes to the bottom. That's a good start. Then we need the middle one to go to the top. So middle one goes to the middle, and the bottom one goes to the top. So that's not going to work. This one has the top one going to the middle. Ah, this could take a while. Okay. Top one goes to... I need to find a different configuration of the top one going to the top, basically. I tried the straight ones, and I don't think there was a one that worked for that, is there? Ow. I assume that the broken ones don't work at all. They're probably used for a different puzzle later, where you do want to make one of them stop completely. So this one makes the top one go to the bottom. The bottom one goes to the top. That's not what I want. I want the bottom one to go to the middle. Let's see. None of those are going to quite... Oh, top one goes to the top. That's not going to fix me. Okay. But if I switch it, top one goes to middle... Okay. Top one goes to the bottom. I think I've tried this one before though, haven't I? Bottom one goes to the top. No, bottom needs to go to middle. Son of a... Bottom one goes to the middle. Top one goes to the bottom. Middle one goes to the top. I think that's it. I think I did it. I did it. Aha! Ah, loud. Well, howdy. But did I actually need to flip all those other switches the way I did, or not, is the question. Because I did. I don't know if that was necessary at all. I think we're ready to go. How am I doing on coins? 5 out of 5. That's all of them. This might be the next level, too. The room-by-room structure makes me think maybe this game has a level structure where you beat levels towards the end and everything, but it might become non-linear after the intro here or something. I guess I don't take that with me. Maybe it shows up again. It definitely seemed like something that would show up again. Hello. Aren't you interesting? I've been waiting for the Room 3 to come to PC, so this actually seems like it might work as a stand-in for now. You can't fool me. I've seen this pillar before. This is where they put the garbage. Even though that thing's closed right now, it's probably fancy on the inside. Hello. Morris Express delivery manifest. Lots of food and books, computer monitors, oscilloscope, book of electrical components, copper wire. Alright. For Christopher Sterling. Oh, 30 coins. Whoa! 2 figurines, 30 coins, 2 orbs of bluiness, 8 photos and 1 other photo, maybe a painting. I'm just stealing stuff at some point. Like, we should probably just admit that about myself, that I'm just a thief that steals things because I can, apparently. You obviously go here. Oh, hi. I honestly assumed that was the... Oh, I probably came from down there. I assumed that was the door I came from. There's a photo. Haven't figured out how to look at those yet. Let's check the escape menu. No. Apparently not. I, tab, E, R, F, Z, nope. Middle mouse. Mouse wheel. Yeah, nothing seems to clearly let me look at the photos. Maybe they're not a collectible that... I thought they were like art you're supposed to look at. Like, oh, look what you found. But maybe it's just like, hey, you found a Polaroid. And that's it. So we can't open cardboard boxes. Their magic makes them impervious to our human wits of having hands. Can't go up to the painting. These files over here. The light. The rug. That might be it. Just look at the table, grab the thing, put it there, and ta-da. Hello. You look interesting. You look interesting too. That clock has something inside it that I need. Oh. Bless your heart, protagonist, afraid to break a little glass when you need to. I'm joking, obviously. Because this is not like a life or death escape scenario. It's literally like we're here to do like some sort of like maintenance type job. And so you're not supposed to just come in and break everything. So it actually counts up to 60 around the outside. Like, it actually counts out the hour in case you don't understand how clocks work. Straightforward otherwise. They're all in the right order, right? Yeah, there's no weird out of place detail there. So, according to this, it's currently 3 o'clock. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Hello, what are you? Huh. When I look up close to it, I can't turn the camera anymore, and I can't, like, get a top-down view. So, maybe I'll have to wait a bit. Our character's not interested in any of these photos. Whoops. Or the paintings. Ah! Clicked over there, and this pot broke. Concern. Can I look at the remains? Apparently not. Alright. Why did that happen? That's really weird. Maybe it's just a spooky ghost. So one of them has a glass case, the other two are unprotected. They all clearly have something you're supposed to put on them to complete the system. We're off to a good start with this game. This is very promising. Can I go up to this door? Does it work? Ah, loud noises. That's the type of startling thing that can only happen in a video game, because if you were a real person shaking a door, you wouldn't be like, oh my god, loud noise coming from the door, because I'm like, you're the one doing it. But as a player, I'm like caught off guard by how weirdly violent my character is at trying to open doors. I'm like, stop, calm down, person that's almost me but not quite. Okay, so this bottom floor, sort of uneventful so far. We'll check out this corner though, that's probably got stuff going on. The one that's well lit and everything. Really? I can't look over there. Okay, let's try this door then. You also didn't open? You don't open, the levers are missing from you apparently, and I cannot look around with the camera. So I can't look around at this very well lit table covered in books that seems like it might be important, but apparently not. Huh. It's interesting how a fixed perspective can actually like really help you focus on what's important and what's not, because if something's not important, the game just won't let you look at it. You're like, oh, I guess that's not important. You've got to be important though. Look at you. So let's try going upstairs. Just tapping all the paintings like a lunatic. It's like they introduced the idea that maybe there's a painting I can collect. What are you? Okay, so it doesn't seem to do anything right now, but they clearly focus this thing in the background, which very much implies that we're going to be moving these planets around on the solar system thing by moving around these sliders behind these plaques. There's two of them right here, so that makes it really obvious what the puzzle is. By the way, I want to compliment the fact that this is framed nicely, so you can, like, a lot of puzzle games I play, especially with the modern 3D ones, where you have where your camera is often tied to your ability to interact with things. It's often hard to interact with the operating thing while also seeing the thing you're affecting. So that's actually a clear strength of this kind of camera style, is that they can frame it just right, where not only do they show the impact of what you're doing if it is doing something, but they also can show you that there's other ones here too, to make it extra clear what's going on. What are you? Okay. There's 6 heads of some kind, and there's a doorway that clearly is going to open because it's got the Hanna-Barbera effect going on where it looks different from the surrounding texture, which is how you know it moves! Because you'd watch Hanna-Barbera cartoons of there's something. You'd watch Hanna-Barbera cartoons of like Scooby-Doo and stuff like that, and there'd be like 16 pots or books on a shelf, and then one of them was brightly colored compared to the rest of the ones, and that's because they were all in the background, and one of them was actually an animated object. It was a clear cost-saving measure. I've never actually clarified that or asked anyone about it or researched it, but I'm pretty sure I'm 100% correct that it was literally like they had a painted background that was darker, and then they had brightly colored like transparencies, basically, I think. And they would animate that, and I think that's why they'd have a brightly lit inanimate object that was the one object that would move. I'm pretty sure I figured out the entirety of how their complicated and well-paid jobs work without ever making any effort to educate myself or follow up on that. And if I just never confirm that and never check, then I can always think I'm right. There's two... Okay, so we have two armors, two suits of armor. Neither of them have legs, or neither of them have shins and feet specifically, interestingly. That actually might make sense. Because they also don't have, like, anything around here and stuff like that, so it might just be that, like, maybe the armor only covered down to the knees, and then after that would just be regular boots that wouldn't be metal. I want to look at it. Let me go look at it. Oh. On one hand, it's like, yay, that thing's not important, and I know that now. On the other hand, I'm like, I want to look at it, though. Okay, so yeah, none of these do any... Oh. Oh. It doesn't make these things move. It moves this little laser thing around. Or light. There's a little thing sticking out here. So I think it's going to point at that, and we're probably going to want to make it line up with one of the planets, basically. Which means there's going to be how many of these? There's going to be 4 panels like that somewhere. Probably the other 2 being on the other side of the room. There's one right there. How do you get over there? Only this green door. That's the only way to get there. Okay, so this quickly became significantly less linear, actually, after the first, like, room. These... Hello, low resolution books. Alright. Well, I know where you go. You... Is it a weight or a coin? That's gotta be a weight. It's way too big to be any kind of, like, coin system. I think we're at a dead end for now. Let's go on down and try plugging it in somewhere. And by somewhere, I mean right here. Ooh! Look at me doing things. Also, I already predict, like, I'm going to be missing so many coins everywhere. I saw those two, like, a little late, just sitting there in the corner. I'm like, oh no. The dread set in. I'm like, I'm gonna get so many comments when I finally, like, miss really obvious ones. I hear you preemptively, and I hate myself too. It's fine. I guess only one direction to go then. Ah. Hello. Shut up. Well, I figured it was worth a shot. Maybe we'll get, like, a specific instruction, maybe even right here, that tells us what to tune into, or maybe it'll suddenly perk up later when the ghosts are mad at us.